So have you heard about stand-up paddleboard surfing?
No mate, what is that?
It is going to be the next big thing. We should get into it now, while it is still underground.
Can I do it on my speed egg?
I don't know. I don't actually know anything about the sport. I just know that it is pretty cool. That guy Laird is good at it. Some of the best riders also have a lot of tattoos. Also they drink espresso. The non-hipsters call them janitors or orans.
Can I do it on my pop-out board made in China? I have spent the last 3 years color coordinating everything with it. I do not want to have to do it to another surfboard. My pop-out is 9 feet long, 2 feet wide, and 3 inches thick. I think it will work.
I'm sure. Pop-out surfboards from China are the most functional boards that have ever existed. A surfboard made in China will be as awesome in the 2-foot rollers as it is at an overhead point break, as long as you don't actually have to do a turn or cut back.
Can I wear a rash guard over my wetsuit? I really want to show it off, it's the best. I was going to get another, but I spent the money that I had saved for it on an Aloha car seat cover for my hybrid SUV.
I imagine it will be cool to wear your rash guard over your wetsuit. When I won the New York State World Wave Pool Surfing Championships, I wore a rash guard. And that was the biggest event that has ever happened.
Can I wear an iPod while surfing on this stand-up paddleboard? I really dig cruising the rollers while having my tunes in my ears and not paying attention. It makes me feel in touch with my fellow surfers.
Like I said, I don't know. We need to research this some, I think, but I think we need to get on top of it now, before we miss the bandwagon.
Yes, that would be a shame. I remember in the mid-90s, when I did not own a thruster. I was still carrying my Twinnie down to the beach. I was so behind the times. Now we're so cool.
I'm checking to see if the stand-up paddleboard contest this weekend at Swami's has a chili cook-off in the parking lot.
That would be awesome. I have been really working on my chili. I wore through like 6 pairs of underwear this month.
When I flew to Florida to buy a fancy rash guard, I tasted some killer stuff just outside of Ron John's in Orlando. It was legendary.
Yes, I heard about that. I saw it on your Facebook site.
How about we go watch this contest, so we can see what is cool to do, and what is uncool to do.
That is a good plan. Let's take our pop-outs to the SUP contest at Swami's, and stand in the parking lot and smoke cigarettes. Do you think that the professional janitors will care if we smoke 2 feet away from them as they are getting their brooms? I mean, paddles ready?
No, I don't think that will be a problem. I can't see how guys who will be paddling as hard as they will would care if we stood 2 feet away from them and smoked cigarettes as they went past. If they say anything, I will just call them janitors and take our SUP made in China, our paddles bought at Costco, and walk away.
Awesome. We're so cool. Which beach parking lot are you drinking your coffee at tomorrow morning?
I'm taking my coffee to Cardiff. I will post it to Facebook and invite all of my 500 friends to join me, like I do every time I want people to think I surf, which is like 5 times a week.
Cool. I can't wait to be more like Laird and begin my SUP adventure.